All right, guys. So today with me, I have Christina, who has just finished an 8-month program, and you have lost a whopping of 60 pounds, which is unbelievable. So, Christina, before you came to work with me, and obviously achieve these good results, what were you struggling with?
I was struggling with everything. I was at a point where I was immobile, I couldn't do anything, and I was convinced that this was the way my life was going to be now until I was bedridden because I had just given up. I had just given up. Nothing was working. I even stopped trying. I was just in a bad place.
100%. I mean, like, you're definitely not alone because, like, as statistics show, like, more than two-thirds of, like, people in the US obviously, like, struggle with weight. And then, like, statistics show that 95% of diets fail. So, like, if you had to give, like, an example, like, what did you try before for weight loss?
I've tried everything, everything. I've been dieting since I was about 15. I've
Uh-huh.
tried protein, high protein, low carb. I've tried liquid shake diet. I've tried the tuna fish diet, the sardine diet, the cabbage soup
Yeah.
diet. I've tried every single thing. Starvation. I was taking diet pills. I've done
Uh-huh.
everything you can possibly think of. Nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, things would work for a little while, but then I would go back, and not only would I gain that weight back, but I would just gain even more, far more. And so
Yeah.
every time it was just worse and worse.
100%. I feel like because like I personally used to have like an eating disorder as well. So like that's what happens with most people is they decide to do something and then they decide to restrict a certain food group or like whatever, they become super, super strict. They're able to do it for some time and then guess what? Their patience runs out because they're like, oh, I gotta see results really fast. And then guess what? Afterwards, they lose that weight and then what happens is they go back into their old eating habits and then the weight starts going back up and obviously like they gain even more on top. So why did you come to work with me like in the first place? Because there are like obviously in 2025 more coaches than ever before.
You reached out to me. I didn't even know this was a thing. And one day you just reached out to me. I have no idea how you chose me. And I just kind of rolled my eyes. I'm like, what does he think he's going to do for me? I didn't even know who you were because it was on Instagram and I didn't know
Yeah,
who you were. I just follow all these people
yeah,
and you
yeah.
just reached out and I ignored you. And the next day you reached out again. So I often wonder, why me? Why did you choose me?
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be. I think it was meant to be that you found me, and I have no idea how that happened, but I'm grateful every day for it. Um,
Yeah,
and then
100%. At the end
and
of the
I
day, uh-huh.
sorry, I was just gonna say, and I rolled my eyes to myself as we were typing back and forth, and then you said, "Oh, can we have a conversation?" And we did, and what I don't know why, and it was right before Thanksgiving too, to boot. I don't know if
Yeah,
you remember, but it was right before
yeah,
Thanksgiving. I'm like, why am I starting this right before the holidays? But it
yeah.
just felt right, and I don't know, something clicked. It just felt
Holidays are definitely the toughest period of year. That's where most people take a break, from like trying to work on their health and fitness. But obviously, you were exceptional because, anybody who follows JJ, I do my best to reach out at least once, and anybody who is willing to have a conversation, at the end of the day, if you are willing to receive help, then the help is gonna, you are gonna get help because, like, obviously, most people. They don't care about health. They don't care about fitness. No, they don't even try. Like in 2025, unfortunately, more people than ever are using Ozempic, Monjaro, all those kind of medications because nobody wants to put in the work. But obviously, if you are able to put in the work, then you're gonna be able to see the results. But when it comes to like you said, like you rolled your eyes. So like when we got on the call, when we started talking, what do you feel like you were skeptical about before joining?
because I've tried everything else. I thought, what is this young man gonna do for me that I'm quite a bit older than you, and what are you gonna do for me that I haven't been able to do from anything else, Weight Watchers
Mhm,
or diet works, whatever. What were you going to be able to do for me? I just felt like there's no hope. I didn't feel like I had any hope at all.
mhm,
And
mhm.
so I don't
So
know.
what do you feel like made like Like, what do you feel like made it click? You know, what ultimately like made you decide to join it?
I think just you were easy to talk to and you knew your stuff and you genuinely cared. You just seemed like you really wanted to help. And
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
thought, what do I have to lose at this point except for weight? Right? So um
Yeah.
so I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like at the end of the day, like it's like, what can you do? Like, what can happen? At worst case scenario, you're gonna end up being like in the same spot. But like most people watching this video, you have to understand if you've been struggling for a while and then like think about it, if you started working with somebody 6 months ago, you might not be able like to reach ultimate desired goal, you know, because it can be difficult because life can happen. But you have to think about it, are you actually gonna end up being in a better or in a worse situation? So it's like if you think that like working with a coach or a nutritionist or a dietitian is gonna get you in a worse situation, well then it's probably not a good fit in the first place. But look, Christina, you said like you've tried like all these other different diets, but you know that with me, you were able to transition into a fully like mostly fully plant-based diet. So what made it that sustainable to you?
Um Calorie density.
What
You would
about it?
you taught me how to pick and choose. I've been a vegetarian for a really long time, like 20
Uh-huh.
something years. I still ate
Nice.
dairy though, but I also was a junketarian. I was eating
Uh-huh.
chips and popcorn
Yeah.
and this and candy and
Just
whatever.
because it's vegan or vegetarian doesn't mean it's healthy.
Exactly. And but you taught me just that I can put what to put on my plate. It's going to keep me full. It's going to keep me satisfied, but it's still low in calories. And
Yeah.
I've been doing that ever since. And I've had a few hiccups along the way,
Yeah.
but you helped me just reel it back in and just get back on track. My history is once I go off track like that, or like I say, once I pop that cork, I'm going to eat
Yeah.
everything that's not nailed down.
Yeah.
And I would do that for a month, a year, whatever. It would take me so long to get back on, but you taught
Yeah.
me, you helped me, you guided me, and I was able to get back on maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days sometimes. But
Yeah.
within that week, I would already on the next weigh in, I would be back right like I lost weight. So
Yeah.
it didn't ruin it. It was just a stumble and I
Yeah.
was able to get back in time to lose weight on the next weigh-in. So it was
100%.
yeah. So
Yeah, when I think about it, it's like most people think that they're gonna be perfect from the beginning, and while you, compared to most people, you were able to stick with that for the long, like for the most part. But again, nobody is a saint. You cannot be 100% perfect and be like eating lettuce, broccoli, and salads all day long, because at the end of the day, you might, you know, like it becomes like just too difficult, too restrictive, right? So like the biggest part, like one of the big parts is most people try to do portion control, and what happens is that if you restrict the portions, well, yeah, you're gonna be intaking less calories and you're gonna be losing weight, but a big but is that if you eat less food, you're gonna become more hungry. So that's why when you mention calorie density, what it essentially means is how can you have more food, bigger portions, but the right type of food. And you cannot just be saying, oh, like more fruits and vegetables, because you don't know. You could eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and you could still get hungry. What do you do then? You know, that's why so many things have to fall into the place. And then on top of that, as you mentioned, like some days you would go out to eat and you would still be able to enjoy some quote unquote bad food and still be able to get on track. So what kind of results did you get so far?
aside from losing 60 pounds,
Yeah, aside from that,
yeah,
like 60 pounds, like that's not a
60
big deal, you
pounds.
know.
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah.
it 8 months, like very super achievable. Yeah, but like apart from that, what do you feel like you have gained?
Oh my God. Like everything is better. When I first met you, I was couch bound. I
Hmm.
could barely walk. Everybody was doing everything for me. And I know there's people my size or even bigger that can move more than I can or could, but circumstances led me there and it's another call, another day.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was very immobile. I was
Hmm.
walking with a cane. I couldn't. even going to the bathroom, I would hold it as long as I could, and just
Yeah.
finally, when I couldn't, and then I would finally go because it was so much trouble just to walk to the other room to go. And now, like, I can't sit. I want to get up. Oh, let me go do that. Oh, I'm gonna go do, like, I just want to get things done now.
Yeah.
So my life has changed so much just in that 8 months. And it's gonna change more because I still have a long way to go. So I'm
Mm.
excited, and I feel like I can't wait till tomorrow, because if I feel this good today, I'm gonna feel even better tomorrow. How can that even be? Right?
100%. Do you feel like it's just like a super strict meal plan that you followed for 8 months and that you're gonna like go back into your old eating habits, or do you feel like
Yeah.
confidently you have changed your mindset, beliefs, and habits?
I feel like a little bit nervous when I think about it, but not a whole lot, because I do feel like this is just how I eat now.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling like it was a diet. And somebody said to me that, "Oh, you've been working so hard." No, not really. It hasn't been hard. Like, it's, you know what the hardest part was, when I had to prep for a colonoscopy and I couldn't
Yeah.
have the foods that
Yeah. Yeah.
that I'm eating now. And
Yeah.
that was even harder than eating this way, because they were taking away from me all the fiber and all of that
100%.
stuff. So yeah, that, and I'm not saying it's perfect. I do slip up
Yeah.
here and there, but I'm not even calling it that. I'm just calling
Yeah.
it life. So yeah, no, I think this is just how it is now. This is what I eat. This is how I eat. This is me.
100%. Like the healthier like you eat, most people have to understand that, like, yes, some people say like, oh, like, when I become plant-based I become like bloated and then like constipated and whatever. Well, yeah, because if you've never been eating like this much fiber ever before, your gut bacteria is not gonna get used to it. But guess what? The best part is if you're able to do it gradually after some time, the junk food is not even gonna sound that good. Why? Because your
Right.
gut bacteria is already used to the healthy stuff, to the additional fiber. So, Christina, what would you say to the viewers, watching this right now, who's on the fence on getting help?
Give it a try. That's all. Give it a fair try, and you won't go back. Just give it a try. Trust JJ, because
Yeah.
I seriously was rolling my eyes thinking, "Oh, this kid, what is he gonna do for me?" And I have not been happier in my life. So
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, for the viewers, it never hurts to try. Worst case scenario, we can separate our ways, but like best case scenario, who knows? It could change your life for the better,
Right.
for your family, for your kids, and you could be able to get those new habits and then live a happy and healthy life. So, yeah,
Right.
if you are interested in working with me, you can always find me on my Instagram at BBM Coach. You can message me with the word coaching and we can talk about more details, or feel free to comment, schedule a video call below, and I'll be happy to help. See you in the next one.
Bye.